Have a cup of coffee. Nice to see
Hello.
everyone. Happy
Yeah,
day.
good morning. Happy threesome tea talk. Yeah, again. Another
Yeah.
week again. Ah.
Huh?
Good morning.
Let's
Come
have a
come for
drink.
yeah, that's yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning
Good
to Lee and
morning.
Esther smiling. Yeah.
Good
Yeah. Good morning, my
morning.
friend. Come say a good morning to us, and we would like to
Good
know more with us.
morning.
Yeah. So this week, yeah, we're going to talk about housework.
Yeah.
Down memory lane. Yeah. Yeah, Liva, morning, Liva. Well, Liva also having her coffee now. Rachel, good morning. Yeah,
Good. Nah.
housework. Wow, come. Friends, let this be interactive again. And every time I need to say, right now, what you feel when we talk about housework. Okay. So housework, when we were young, I don't quite remember what kind of housework. Have to recall. I start very simple to talk about housework.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Auntie Bole, Esther Smiley, and all the viewers of this Auntie Bole Tourism Tea Talk. A very good morning, and to some of you, good day. For some, maybe good evening. Housework. When and how do we come up with this topic? In our for me lah, for me during my childhood time, housework is like the norm. We are not pressurized by doing housework, and then when this housework work come in, it is like it is everyone is doing. So for me, we don't complain. I don't complain. To me, it's like part of my life. As a family member, I have a part to play. And I have a very good mom and understanding mom, and she really assign work for us. And there are seven of us, seven siblings in my family, four girls, three boys, and all of us have assigned housework. But of course, those days, the boys, they are always the fortunate one. The boys always have less to do, and girls have to more to do. But I think this is good because by doing more, we are more adaptable to the outside world. By doing more, we also know more things, and then we are also more responsible. So I feel that by doing housework, we also learn how to manage time. Later, I will talk more about what are the housework that we have, but I really appreciate those housework those days. And I learned a lot from those experiences. And I am what I am because of the housework that I had those days. Yeah. To you, Esther.
Okay, regarding housework, normally I heard my friends will say my brother don't have to do this, I have to do this and that But to me, I don't have such experience because we only have sisters. I only have sisters. So I mean, so we don't. I don't have housework like these are the boy one or these are the girl one. We have to do everything So I know I mean I can do a lot of things because everything also do. Then as what Li Jing say, we do housework. We didn't think that is another extra work because it's just part of our life like this. So it's just part of our routine timetable. So we just do whatever thing we do. Sometimes you say, "Aya, why?" Sometimes I did say, "Aya, why must do lah? No need lah." Then my mother say, "You need to eat or not? You need to eat. You need to wear. Then you have to do." So I find that yeah, lor, I need to eat Okay. Okay. A lot to share, yeah. So I beg to this Auntie Molly first, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, doing housework, it is at the different timing lah. When I remember when I was born till maybe 3 or 4 years old, when I was staying in the shop house, my mother opened hair salon, you see. So there was a time when we stay in the shop. So that time I don't think I do any housework lah. I just remember my job is to play only. I don't know. So I it's only come to a time when we moved to a proper house, like belong to a private, our own house. I start to do, but not much, that time, because we have 5 brothers and sisters. I'm the number 4 one. So that time still considered quite young. So my sister does everything. It's only that I come to maybe about maybe 75, 76, I start helping my mother. My mother, they get things from the factory. So we have to sew things. And this I also consider as a housework. You know what? Because it's part of it that I need to help to sew. Sewing machine. This is a considered housework because it's belong to the family. I help on that. Yeah. Even during the younger days. Yeah. So there are many things that we can talk about. Yeah. Yeah. Back to you, Li Jin, to explore more.
So many things to talk about. So I hope the viewers will also write down your share with us what are some of the housework that you have done, and especially during your younger days, because we are all talking about down memory lane. And also, what are your feelings at that time when you are being told to do housework, and how do you feel now after reflecting back on what you had done during your childhood time? During my time, just a little bit about my position in the family. There's, like I mentioned, there are 7 siblings, and I'm the number 2, and I'm the eldest girl. You know lah, eldest girl. That means I have to be like the assistant mother, but I consider myself lucky, because whatever my mother can do now, I also can do, like cooking and also sewing. In fact, I follow my mother together to the tailor shop. To learn. So mother and daughter learning sewing together. Okay, some of the housework that I have done is like washing shoes, school shoes. 7 of us, we all go to shoes, go to schools. So we have to wash shoes. And at that time, initially, we have to wash all the shoes. Even the boy shoe will be thrown to us, but later on we decided to voice out and feedback to our mom. We say each wash their own shoes. So later on, because we dare to voice out, we say, if you want to think about justice, and also why should we wash their shoes? In the end, we all wash our own shoes. So this is part of it. But actually, if you think of it as housework, but actually the shoes are ours, right? So maybe I push that aside and not consider as housework. Housework, like sweeping the floor, I have to finish sweeping the floor daily. And washing clothes, those days we use hand to wash, wash clothes. We also do that. Okay, back to Esther.
I mean, I with my mother, I and with my sisters, because I being in my adoptive family, so I and my sister, only 2 sisters, and I'm the eldest. So everything I will almost like take charge lah. I will do, and then I didn't say you have to do this or not, but sister will do whatever she need to do lah. So for my mom is very considerate, because if we are small that time, I also like to pick this and pick that, but she said you are still small. Yeah, I mean so don't carry too heavy thing. So she will not allow me to do like too heavy thing or what. She won't allow lah. But I like to do this and that. So if raining day, I would like to clean the house because the rainwater. So rainwater don't have to use tap water, can save money. So I use I mean, whenever rain, I'm so happy because I can collect all the rainwater and I can start scrubbing the wall, the green moss. So I can scrub. So I quite enjoy doing work lah. That's why my mother always say I'm so hardworking. Then one day, my sister said, well, not fair lah. You sweat so easily. So mama always say you work so a lot. So really when I do, I will sweat lah. So she say, well, you very lucky lor in this way. But I enjoy doing whatever work. I also enjoy.
Yeah, to me, what I can remember is I like to wash dish. After dinner, everything. I'm the person who in charge of washing. I mean, this for me, I feel it's easy to wash, and I mean that time maybe to play with. Not say play with water, but considered the easiest lah. And then I don't mind washing the plates and all this, to clean up all these things, you know. That's most of the thing that I do is more on this sweeping the floor. I think last time my mom is when you recall back all these things, it come back again, you know. My parents, you know, they are so good. They are really so good, which they do most of the thing, you know. We only do a very small part, you know. I don't know what to say. So for me, my memory of what I do is actually not so much, you know, because now I think that basically they do everything. You know, we we are there just to enjoy. Yeah, I mean helping to wash plate. This is consider is not much. Yeah, just to do on that part. The other thing maybe sometimes once a while ironing a little bit. It's not a duty like, you know, say, oh, this is your job, that is your job. But it's once a while call you, come help a bit on this or that, we help. If not, actually they don't really mind. But only washing plate, that's my duty for that. And I think it's quite an easy one. Yeah. We help around,
Yeah.
but we help around and then.
Wow.
Back to you.
Auntie Boli really have a easy life during your childhood time.
Yeah, yeah.
And I maybe I have a feeling that it depends on what's your position in the family. Like say you're the second last child, right? Is it? Yes, you may or Auntie Boli. And then for me, I'm the number two and the eldest girl, and Esther Smalin also is the eldest, the elder of the two girls there. Yes, and like what we have mentioned earlier, we don't complain about housework. We just do. We just do. And then the main thing for me is to finish the task so I have my me time. So I have more time for myself. So actually, it's part of life, part of my routine. After school, then when I go back, I will after my lunch, I will do all my housework. And then maybe by 3 finish, and then we'll have time with our friends, with our neighbors. We are all about the same age. Then we will have our time for 2 hours or so. Then later we will come back home, and it's time for dinner. Yeah, and then later nighttime we do our homework. Or sometimes, like I've mentioned, I finish my homework at home and at school. You know, I finish my homework. So actually, compare with the children nowadays, do children nowadays do housework? This is my question I pose to the viewers. Do you give your children housework? Do you give your grandchildren housework? Let's share some of the things that you do about housework nowadays with the children today. Okay, Esther, to you.
Okay, let's say I mean my time my mom only will allocate housework, only housework, the house one is all normal already, don't have to lah, because we see we will do. Only thing like the farm I also have some work on the farm, like we all plant sweet potatoes, so the weeds we have to pull it up so that the potato will grow, I mean will have more potatoes lah. So we have to do some weeding, all this. So she will give me like, oh, today you have finished, you have to finish how many row after if you complete your schoolwork, then you have to do on the farm how many row. Because she bring me up with the idea that we cannot just like if we just hold a pencil, we just know how to hold a pencil. She said cannot like this. We have to be in every field. So we can in the battlefield, we can in the in the office way. So she want me to be all rounded lah. Then I do whatever lah. So sometimes, yeah. So very for a very young girl that is so energetic, the energy is very well spent and rather balanced. When come to my children, that time my children, I have no time for my children. So my children, my two girls, they have to do on their own. Even 10 years old, they have to start washing their shoes, their school shoes, and then they have to iron their clothes. Last time is the charcoal iron, so they also very clever. So because why she is so clever, my eldest girl especially, why she is so clever is because she very neat type. She want very clean, very neat. So she do everything she can. If to me, I'm not so that neat, you see. So that is my girls. Then when come to grandchildren, I have to call them already because I see they all, if lie down there, that means like a lot lah. LOG. I think like in this way, I must like pull them up and do something. So that is the grandchildren. So generation to generation, I can see the difference. So I find that it's not right lah. So have to back to the old way. I have to more bring the more understanding and more awareness to my grandchildren. Okay.
That's wonderful. Yeah. To the third generation, that your grandchildren, they are also doing the work. Yeah, yeah. For me, I remember that. I mean, they doing housework. The different stages of our childhood when we grew up, lah. You see, that's why just like I did mention when it's concerning about considered as a household is when my mother take some clothing from the factory and then we sew it by bulk. Maybe at one time we take 3-4 dozen, right? We bring back and we sew a dress. So from that time, since that time, I was in the primary school, you know, I sometimes help my mother just to sew a simple and to stitch the hem to you know, at the end. So then I have to send to the factory there that they will check through our thing, then they bring back. So I remember these are the things that I did help my mother. Yeah, not what sort of sweep the floor, this no, but this kind of things I help my mother to sew. Sometimes we bring the hats, you know, we need to sew. So I have to sew also. So that's the time I first time contact with the sewing machine. Last time use our leg one, right? I do help my mother. That was during primary school. In the secondary school, that time is more on, that's why it's on like cleaning up the washing the plates and all this. There's like these different stages. Like as you say, for children, that's different. You see, because for children, when we were working, we got a maid. At the time, I hired a maid. So when you have a maid, everything will be done by the maid. So that's different, you know. So they sort of they don't do much of the housework. Yeah, that's why. So when you start, when I don't have my maid, they sort of sort of not so willing to do. Maybe they are not used to do that. That makes a difference. Yeah, have to. That's why for the time of period now that when you don't have the maid now, we really need to adjust. Even mommy also need to adjust. So they need to adjust to start doing all the things which they never done before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Housework. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
this housework, I remember some of my friends, they told me that nowadays their grandchildren, that means their children have to use incentive to get their children to do housework. You know, they will tell their children, hey, you go and wash the window lah. You will get 5 ringgit for washing the window. So they use money incentives to motivate their children to do housework. Oh, during our time, it's a no, 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 no. You either do or you no lah, there's no threat also lah. We are just do lah, you know. It's
Yeah.
part of our life. It's part of, and I remember during the weekends I'm very happy that I can go to the kitchen because weekends no school, so I will go to the kitchen to see my mother prepare food, and then we will be there preparing the food, you know, this veggie, that veggie, this fish, that fish. That's how I learned about how to really prepare vegetable and how to even clean the fish and all that. This is we ladies learn. I hardly see my brothers in the kitchen. So it's mainly the ladies. And I think it's a blessing in disguise in that we learn a lot. And then when we are in the outside world, we can survive better, we can adapt better. Yeah, Esther.
Yeah, yeah, very good, very good. If I recall my childhood day regarding this household, very wonderful lah. So my actually at home were not not a lot of work to do. I mean, just because quite fast, right, for children, very focused in doing one. So when do this, I also everything end up very fast. So I have more time. Then I will go to my neighbor's house, help my friend same age as me, my neighbor. So she need the feeding, she need to feed the poultry, the ducks, the pig, the all the animals. So she normally grumble because she works, so she has to do a lot of work, much more than I. So, but I'm very happy because I have nothing much to do. I go over and I help her. So in this way, my childhood friend got a lot of become like the animals become my friends. That's how it becomes. So I have a lot of like small like piglet lah, the chicklet, the chicks the little chicks the duckling, all this. So they are my little friends, and I like them so much so that I don't eat them lah. That's how I become a vegetarian.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
That's the way.
Oh. So when you started to have this kind of friends, I mean the piglet, all this, that's why they're so dear to you, so you really don't want to eat.
Yeah, that is also a big
Now,
reason lah.
after what you have heard about our housework without memory, then come write out some experiences that you have. Come, we would like to just know very nice to talk about this, okay? Like Lisa, Pauline, that's what Margaret just write about something. Yeah. I remember now it starts slowly to come back. I start cooking when I was in secondary school. Those simple dishes when you're so proud. The first time when I cooked tauge with salted fish, that was the first dish that I cooked, and I still remember I was so happy that it turned out edible I mean, because tauge, and then it's not so soggy. It's just nice, So I remember that was the first that I cooked. And I'm very happy. I was very, very happy when I had that experience with me. And though I cook, but I'm not a very good cook. Just a very basic cooking style. And I start making cake also. That was the younger days. I used to do that. But nowadays, I don't do much. Yeah, it's just something like that. Yeah, friends, keep writing in. Whatever you like to share. It's a good thing to share about the house.
Yeah.
That's why nowadays it's so different now. It's what you say, when children nowadays they already experience the recent one we have
Yeah.
maids and we are working on this. So most of the time now maybe like don't do much I feel it that way. Some children they grow up, from baby they grow up with maids when you have maid they do everything, so they can't even I come across they don't even do a small thing. Even the cup of water also the maid will prepare for you and all this. So they basically don't do, because like you say school shoes also they don't have to wash and all this thing, right? So basically it's zero that they need to do They just have to focus on their studies, and that's what the children nowadays they are so different, right? And then last time when we feel that it's fun sometimes it's fun, right? Wow, we can pay about this one. Yeah. Like Ivy said, she start doing when she was 6 years old. Looking after piglets. Yeah, to milk the piglet as well. Yeah. Come. Yeah, Regine, back to you. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Wow, I will have to milk the piglets also. I didn't know the piglet. Oh, milk. Oh, that means give milk to the piglet. I thought milk the pig. Yeah, I remember those days because there was one time my father worked in KL, Kuala Lumpur, and then at times my mom will go up there to accompany him. So luckily we have an auntie who is staying with us. But after my auntie, then I am the next, like I said, I'm the assistant mom. So even as early as later primary time, standard 5, standard 4, 5, and 6. And during that time, I also learned how to cook already. I cook for the whole family, and even marketing. Those days we take the 555 book the booklet 555 booklet. We will go to the shop there, the provision shop. They also have vegetables and all. Just go there and then whatever we purchase, and then they will mark it down, so we don't carry money. So actually at that time, whatever we purchase is on credit, which is so fabulous. The shop owner is very kind. So I know how to bargain also on the prices of vegetable, and I get the best buy. And then at home I can cook. I can cook rice and cook vegetables for the whole family. So I think I achieved quite a lot when I'm young, and in my older days, later years, I'm able to do time management and also to survive in whatever hardship that I have gone through. So actually, childhood household chores or housework really build us up, really make us grow into a better person. And those who have not done any housework during their childhood, I really empathize with them of not learning the way that we have learned during our youngest time. And I cherish those moments. Yeah, to you, Esther.
Yeah, very true. So housework, the more we do, the better we will be lah, because it's a foundation. It's a foundation for leading our life in a more complete way. So for youngster, I find that it's good that we can try to involve them in one way or another lah. We don't say it's little bit, but a little bit it really counts. Yeah. So I wish everyone all the best and do a bit that it means a lot.
So that's what people say during this MCO time yeah, no doubt it's a happy and a happy thing, of course, but this is a time when everybody is together in one big family, that they cannot move out, they have to be in the family. So this is a time everybody job is divided, they have to sort of do their work, learn from the scratch. Yeah, as what Ivy say, she start going to market as 9 years old, 40 cents to buy pork, vegetable. 40 cents. Wow. She used to do that. Yeah. Yeah, because Ivy got a lot of this kind of story to share. Yeah. That's why I feel that maybe the generation is so different. Last time our age, of course, during our time that we don't have maid and this kind of thing, right? We have to start doing everything. Even though it's depending how much or how less we do, but we still do, I mean, in a sense. But nowadays, a different strength is because mostly they have maids at home. So it's already this way. You have maid, then maid do the thing you don't have to do. So even a glass of water also the maid will prepare. So these are the things that are happening now, right? That's why we see sometimes when we're talking about last time the things that we did, we feel when we recall back there's a memory, it's quite fun as well. So I wonder nowadays the children, do they have any memory on this kind of thing which they think is fun for them or not? Right or not? I mean, it's a different, that's why they say generation gap in a sense. So we used to tell them, last time. Mom, you already say last time is already over. So they don't have this kind of thing. They have something to talk about. Yeah, I feel that maybe they don't have things to talk about in a sense, or maybe different kind of topics to talk about. I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, how so,
Yeah.
it's like that.
Yeah, Auntie Boleh, yes, because nowadays children, they have their own perspective. So it's like last week, I do appeal and also request the younger generations to watch our threesome tea talk and also give your comments or give your point of view, because we are only talking about our point of view. So it may not be fair to you. So the youngsters out there, please watch our this video, or maybe the parents who are watching us or grandparents watching us, share this video to them and then challenge them and see what else they can say on their side, because we are only talking about our views. I'm sure they have their views to share and we would love to listen to them. Hope that they will write something in our comment site later on, yes, thank you so much, Esther.
Yeah, I find that there are many more like children, younger generations. Some they don't have to do anything, but some they still do a lot of things, and some they do much more than my time. Also have. So
Yes.
the world is just go round lah. So we all can share. Then it will be more balanced.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. I see what you say, because we don't know actually, because the world is so big, there are different corner, but we are talking about our just
Yeah.
those surrounding us our
Yeah.
country, our place
Mm.
and this kind of area. Yeah. So
Yeah.
oh, your eye is so occupied with her morning gardening. That's why she sleep for us. Okay, Auntie Bole is something this Tristan TikTok you all can watch after that, and then you still can continue to give your feedback, whatever things that you would like to share with us. Wow, I mean, for sure, you're welcome to do so. Yeah, share with your friends. I mean, I have the other day I have a message from a friend say she enjoyed our TikTok so much, that she's find there's something not to be missed. Well, that's so nice of her to say. So she continued to watch even after our Tristan TikTok. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Thank
I
you.
yeah, we play when we work. Yeah. So as what Ivy was saying they play as we work, just like Esther did that as well. Huh? So it's the time when we have to say, happy Boles, happy Twitter Tito again. So continue to join us
Thank you.
next Thursday for another topic. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you.
watching.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's time
thank
to
you.
go. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Three,
See you
two,
next week.
one. Bye. See you next week.
Mm.